Good day, everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
You've been sending us tons of research on AI lately and how it's going to, totally transform businesses.
Yeah.
It's a lot to get your head around.
It is.
But luckily, our AI expert's here to help us sort it all out
That's right.
so we can go beyond just using AI
Uh-huh.
to actually, becoming AI native,
Yeah, becoming AI native.
embedding AI into the core of how businesses run.
Exactly. It's a massive shift.
And it's happening fast, too. One of the reports said 90%
Wow.
of processes in financial institutions
Mm.
are already being automated by
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
Loan approvals that used to take weeks now happen in hours.
It's incredible how much things are changing.
I know by 2025, it won't even be a question of if companies use AI,
Yeah,
but how well they use it
exactly.
to solve problems and create value.
That's the key.
Okay, so let's jump ahead to that AI future. It's 2025.
Right.
AI is everywhere, transforming industries like crazy.
Yeah.
Our sources highlight four in particular:
Well,
financial services,
Okay.
energy and utilities, nonprofits,
Mm-hmm.
and even government.
Interesting.
Each sector is unique, of course, but they all have the same underlying theme:
What's that?
using AI to solve those real-world problems
I like it.
in a smarter and more efficient way.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's start with financial services.
Right.
Already seeing a ton of disruption there
Yep.
with AI.
Massive disruption.
We're talking about things like hyper-personalized customer experiences.
Mhm.
So AI is tailoring products and services
Yeah.
based on your individual data.
So instead of just a credit score,
Exactly.
AI can look at your spending patterns, your financial goals,
Yeah.
even social media activity to give you a more accurate assessment.
Much more nuanced.
Way more nuanced.
And it's not just personalization.
Yeah.
AI risk models are also light years ahead
Oh, yeah.
of traditional methods, helping banks with lending decisions and preventing fraud.
Absolutely. AI can analyze massive amounts of data to find patterns that humans would totally miss.
So reducing fraud and saving banks heaps of money.
Billions of dollars.
The report actually said a 40% decrease in fraudulent activities
Wow.
for those using AI-driven fraud detection.
That's huge.
Now let's look at energy and utilities.
Okay.
AI is playing a big part in optimizing energy distribution through something called smart grids.
Yeah, smart grids.
I've heard of them, but what do they actually do?
Well, imagine an AI system that can predict how much energy is needed
Yep.
in real time based on things like the weather, the time of day, even local events.
Right.
And then it can adjust the flow of electricity across the grid.
So no more blackouts during a heat wave.
Yeah, exactly.
The AI sees it coming and adjusts for it.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
And AI is being used for what's called predictive maintenance,
Uh-huh.
identifying those equipment failures before they happen.
Yeah, so you can avoid those costly repairs.
Right. Proactive instead of reactive.
Exactly.
Saves energy companies a bunch of money.
Big time.
Now, this one's interesting. AI is also making waves in the nonprofit sector.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Didn't expect that one. But think about it. Nonprofits always need to maximize their impact, but they have limited resources.
Limited budgets.
AI can help them do more with less.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One area is fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
AI analyzes donor data to find people who are most likely to give to a certain cause.
Oh, that's interesting.
So the fundraising campaigns become more targeted
Yeah.
and more successful.
So instead of generic appeals,
Right?
you can tailor messages to resonate with each donor
Exactly.
and hopefully increase those donations.
And it goes beyond fundraising. AI can optimize resource allocation too. Make sure that aid and services are going to those who need them most.
Sure.
One study found that AI-powered distribution led to a 25% increase in efficiency,
Wow.
meaning more people get help.
That's amazing.
And finally, we have government,
Right.
not usually thought of as being cutting edge,
Yeah.
but AI has the potential to transform how government services are delivered. We're seeing AI being used to make those services more efficient,
Uh-huh.
more citizen-centric, from processing applications to answering questions, and even offering personalized recommendations for programs and benefits.
So less waiting in line for hours.
Exactly. I can get behind that.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
And AI is key in developing smart cities.
Smart cities.
Out of those.
Cities that use data and AI to improve everything, like traffic flow, waste management, and public safety.
Okay.
Think of AI-powered traffic management systems that analyze real-time data to make traffic lights run more efficiently and reduce congestion.
Less time stuck in traffic.
Exactly.
More time doing what we enjoy.
Plus, it helps reduce emissions. And improves air quality. Win-win.
Win-win for sure. And we're also seeing AI being used in public health initiatives, like analyzing data to identify disease outbreaks early on, or
Yeah.
tailoring health interventions to specific communities.
Really cool stuff.
It sounds like AI is having a huge impact across all these industries.
Yeah.
But I imagine there are some challenges in actually scaling up these AI initiatives
You're absolutely right.
and getting organizations on board.
Implementing AI at an organizational level definitely comes with its own set of hurdles. And that's what we'll dive into next.
So we've talked about this future where AI is everywhere in 2025, from banks to energy grids to even nonprofits. But let's be real, if AI is so great, why aren't we seeing amazing results across the board?
Yeah, good question.
Turns out there are some pretty big barriers holding organizations back.
It's true.
Our research highlights 5 major challenges,
Okay.
and I reckon a lot of our listeners can relate to these. The first one's pretty straightforward: lack of AI awareness and understanding.
You'd be surprised how many organizations, especially in those traditional industries, still don't really get what AI is and what it can do.
Right, they might have heard the buzzwords, but they don't see how it applies to their own business. So you get unrealistic expectations, missed opportunities, and sometimes even fear of the unknown.
That's understandable.
One report said 65% of enterprises see this lack of awareness as a major roadblock.
Wow, that's a lot.
They're hesitant to invest in something they don't fully understand.
Makes sense.
But it's a catch-22, right?
Yeah.
The longer they wait, the further behind they fall.
Exactly.
All right, so awareness is hurdle number 1. What's next?
The second one's closely related to awareness. It's about AI acceptability.
Okay.
Even if people understand AI, they might not be comfortable trusting it to make decisions.
Especially when it comes to core business functions.
Yeah, it's a big leap of faith.
It's like letting that self-driving car take over.
I know what you mean.
You know, it's probably fine, but your hands are still hovering over the wheel.
Exactly.
Just in case.
And that hesitancy often comes from a lack of transparency. If people don't understand how the AI is making decisions,
Right.
they're less likely to trust those decisions.
Makes sense. And this is a big problem. Nearly 40% of organizations are concerned about transparency and explainability.
So how do you overcome that?
Well, it's about building trust. AI developers need to create systems that are not only accurate, but also explainable.
Right.
You need to be able to trace those decisions and understand the logic behind them.
So it's not just the what, but the why.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Moving on to the third challenge, limited organizational capabilities.
Yeah, this is a big one.
You can have the best AI tools in the world, but if your organization isn't set up to use them properly, you're not going to get very far.
It's like giving someone a Formula One car
Yeah.
and expecting them to win a race on a dirt track.
Right. You need the pit crew,
Yeah.
the right track, a driver who knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
So what do organizations actually need?
Well, they need the right people, the right processes, and the right data infrastructure.
Okay.
Do they have data scientists and engineers? Is their data clean and organized? Do their teams have the skills to work with AI?
It's a lot.
It is.
And the research shows it's a common struggle. 70% of enterprises say they lack the internal capabilities for large-scale AI.
Wow. 70%.
So it's not just about buying the tech, it's the whole ecosystem around it.
Absolutely.
Right, let's add another layer of complexity, technical and capabilities.
Okay, so this one's about having the right tools and expertise to actually build and deploy those AI solutions.
Right.
We're talking about data quality,
Good.
infrastructure, and choosing the right platform for your needs.
Even if you have the best people and intentions,
Uh-huh.
if your data's a mess and your systems are outdated, you're going to hit a wall pretty quickly.
It's like trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand.
Exactly. One study found 60% of enterprises are struggling with data issues.
That's a lot of companies.
They might have fragmented data,
Mm.
legacy systems that don't work with AI,
Mhm.
or just a lack of proper data governance.
It's a recipe for disaster.
So we've got awareness, acceptability, organizational capabilities,
Make it sure.
and technical hurdles. What's the final challenge?
The final barrier is probably the most complex one. It's about security, trust, and ethics.
Okay.
How do we ensure AI is used responsibly, fairly, and in a way that aligns with human values?
This is a big one.
It is.
We've all heard those stories about AI gone wrong. Biased algorithms, data breaches, misuse. These aren't just hypothetical concerns, they're real risks.
Absolutely.
And our research shows these are top of mind for organizations. Around 45% worry that security and ethical issues will erode trust
Yeah.
and make it hard to embrace AI fully.
It's a valid concern.
So it's not just about building a cool AI system. It's about building one that people trust and can rely on.
Trust is key.
Okay, so we got these 5 major challenges. It's a bit daunting, isn't it?
It can feel overwhelming.
But I have a feeling you're going to tell me there's a way forward.
There is, and this is where Centelon Solutions comes in.
Okay.
They've developed a really practical framework called the 4E framework. It's designed to help organizations overcome these barriers and move from AI-powered to AI native.
All right, tell me more about this framework. How does it work?
Okay, so we've talked about the potential of AI and the real-world challenges that are holding organizations back. It's a bit of a roller coaster, but I'm sensing some optimism here. Tell me more about this 4E framework from Centelon Solutions. What is it and how does it help?
Well, the 4E framework's a roadmap. It's designed to help navigate the complexities of adopting AI.
Okay.
It stands for evaluate, embrace, execute, and evolve.
You like it nice and simple?
Yeah. Each stage build upon the last to guide organizations toward a successful implementation.
So let's break it down, starting with evaluate. What does that involve?
Evaluate is all about laying the groundwork.
Yeah.
So first you got to gain a deep understanding of AI, and not just the tech itself, but its potential applications and its limitations.
So no more robot overlords taking over our jobs then?
No robot overlords. It's about separating the hype from reality and setting those realistic expectations.
Okay, so no more hype, just the real deal.
Exactly. And then organizations need to honestly assess their own readiness, both organizationally and technically.
So do they have compatible systems? Do they have the right data infrastructure, the talent and expertise to actually manage these AI projects?
You got it. And a key part of this evaluation phase is running those small-scale pilot projects, the POCs.
Yeah.
This lets you test those AI solutions in a controlled environment, gather some data, and identify any roadblocks before going all in.
It's like dipping your toes in the water before taking the plunge.
Exactly.
Makes sense. So you've evaluated, you've run some pilot projects. What's next?
That's where Embrace comes in this stage, is all about moving beyond those initial experiments and really embedding AI into the organization's culture and operations.
Right, so this is where you tackle those challenges we discussed earlier about acceptability and capability.
Exactly. It's about getting everyone on board, building those internal skills and systems, and making sure everyone understands how it all works.
So lots of communication and collaboration.
Absolutely. You need buy-in from the leadership training for employees, clear communication with your customers about how AI is being used, and importantly, how it benefits them. Transparency is key. So you've evaluated, you've embraced the idea of AI. What's next time to hit the accelerator?
That's right. The third stage is execute this, is where you scale up those pilot projects, maximize impact, and integrate AI into your core business functions.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
We start seeing those impressive results we were talking about.
Yes, but it's not just about implementing the tech. It's about making sure those AI solutions are actually aligned with your strategic goals, that they're actually optimizing your processes and delivering real business value.
So it's about the why behind the what. Okay, so you've executed, you've got AI humming along. What's the final stage?
The final stage, and this is crucial, is evolve.
Okay.
It's recognizing that AI isn't a set and forget solution.
Right.
You need to constantly monitor those systems, evaluate their ROI, and be willing to make adjustments as needed.
Because the AI landscape is changing so quickly.
Over time.
New technologies are emerging, customer needs are evolving, and the data you're working with is constantly growing.
Exactly. Organizations need to stay agile and be ready to adapt their AI strategies to keep up with those changes.
Makes sense. And I imagine throughout this whole 4E journey, there's this overarching need for responsible AI practices.
Absolutely. AI governance is crucial.
Right.
It's about ensuring that AI is used ethically, responsibly, and in a way that benefits everyone, not just the organization itself.
So addressing those concerns around data privacy, bias, and security, and really building trust with your customers and the wider community.
You got it.
So we've gone from the exciting possibilities of AI to the very real challenges, and then to this practical framework for navigating this new world. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot more confident now.
Me too. Remember, becoming an AI native enterprise isn't just about implementing the latest tech. It's about using AI strategically and responsibly to solve those problems, create value, and ultimately make the world a better place.
Beautifully said. A big thanks to our expert for sharing their knowledge, and to you, our listeners, for joining us on this deep dive. If you're keen to learn more about that AI readiness assessment, head over to the Centelon Solutions website. The address is in the show notes. And as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What problems would you solve with AI if you had the chance? Let us know. Until next time, cheers.